Once vendors have been added to Intacct, we now have the ability to generate AP bills. And if we want to enter a bill, we need to go into the accounts payable module. Here under bills, we can either hit this plus sign or select bills and hit add. And to enter a bill, we need to pick a vendor. So I'll pick this Academy Sports right here. I'll give it a bill number. As you'll see, this this particular vendor has a default that each of the items will post to general ledger account 6010. So let's go ahead and roll with that. And then we will input a couple of lines. They'll post to the Houston location. And we'll leave the department off of here for now. So we'll put a $250 amount on this line item, and then we will put a $100 amount on this line item. If we had additional dimensions to populate, aside from, as you see, the default here is picks up the vendor from selecting the vendor up above. But if we needed to add a class dimension, we can. And if we were entering in a GL account that was affiliated with our fixed assets, we could actually create a fixed asset item from the AP bill. You can also add an attachment, as you see here, to the bill if needed. Vendors have terms defaulted to it, so it'll automatically set our vendor date, and then due date, and then the GL posting date matches the transaction date, but if we needed to change the actual geo posting date, we can do so. But otherwise, we're ready to go ahead and post our bill. So if we go to accounts payable bills, we will see this on our list right here. Entered on 9/27/2023, $350, and it's in a posted status, which means the bill has been entered, but it has yet to be paid. So now we're ready to pay the bill, which to do that, we'll go to accounts payable, pay bills. And we can filter by vendors. So if I want to make this easier to find my bill, I can filter by Academy Sports, hit apply filter, and here's my one bill that I want to pay. So let's go ahead and pay it by check. We'll pay it with the Wells Fargo deposit account. We'll select the bill that we want to have paid and go ahead and hit pay now. So it processed successfully. So if we go back to our AP bill now and view it, it's now in a selected status, meaning that we're ready to generate a check and validate that the payment has posted. If you'll recall, when you went in to pay the bills, there's other ways to make payments on the bills besides check. You can make a payment with a credit card. A record transfer would be the bill has been paid offline in your on your banking system online, and you're now recording the actual payment in Intacct. Posting with a cash payment, or generating an ACH file, sending that file off to the bank to record the payment. But now that we've made the bill a check request, we'll go under print checks, and then I will select my checking account, and then we're going to go ahead and print this check. So if I print this, it will give me a display here. Now this is a demo environment, so it shows a void and not technically a real check, a live check that we're going to cut here. Intacct by design automatically in a demo environment voids out checks for the obvious reason that nobody's creating checks on their own within a demo environment. But let's just say you printed the check in your live environment and everything looks good and you're good to go. Make sure this checkbox is checked here, and we can hit confirm that we've got our check generated. Notice it disappears from the screen. And if we go here to accounts payable bills again, we're going to see that this bill is now in a paid status, as you see right here. The other thing you can do to validate that is you can go to accounts payable and go to posted payments, and you will see the check here. Within here, you can go to posting details and see what happened with the check, or how the payment was generated, the history behind the actual check. And if we go back to the bill and view it, we can see that it's paid and see the actual bank account details here in our bills register. Now, if for some reason you needed to void this check for some reason, you can go to the check register, and we'll go ahead and just filter this for the current month activity. And I now have the option to void my check. If I voided the check would go back into a posted status and no longer in a paid status. And you would basically repeat the process again. Maybe you posted the wrong payment date or made the check, generated the check to the wrong bank account. You can make the correction you need and regenerate the check and confirm that it's a paid item.